Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Hope you are doing well. This is number two of the video blog I am starting. Posted the first one a few days ago and really just gave the reason why I'm going to do this, which is two reasons. One, I want to help push out good content from the Bible. There's plenty of it already. So I want to just be a part of that stream of pushing out good content because you can't get enough of the Bible and what it has to say because God writes it, and it's important for our souls and our well-being and our practical daily life. But also, probably one of the bigger reasons I want to start this is to show you how I get to the conclusions I get to. And like I said in the first video, there's a lot of good content out there, but there's not enough good content on showing us, the people, how they got to that conclusion. And so I want to help you because it would be a disservice on my end, just not just because I'm a pastor or I've been to Bible college, but really as a person who wants to disciple other people, just like every Christian should, not just to show people the answers or the solutions or give people the full plate. I want to show them how I got to that, what I did in the kitchen to prepare for that meal, so to speak. So I hope that I give you tools that you can take home in your daily reading so that you can learn how to get more from the Bible. You don't need to go to Bible college to know how to study the Bible. It's there. There's resources out there. And it really is just about asking good questions and knowing the rest of the Bible. And you can get amazing things from it. And so I want to show you a quick example from something that I journaled on a week or two ago. It's from Romans 8:6, Romans 8:6, and it says this: "For to set the mind on the flesh is death, but to set the mind on the spirit is life and peace." I'll read that again. "For to set the mind on the flesh is death, but to set the mind on the spirit is life and peace." And so I just want to show you what I did as a journal entry. You won't be able to read it. I can't read it anyways because my handwriting is crazy. But here's what it looks like when I do something. Sometimes it's like this. Sometimes it's like this. And so I'm just going to read you some of what I wrote down here. It looks crazy, but really I just wrote down the verse. "For to set the mind on the flesh is death, and set the mind on the life, or the spirit is life and peace." And what I was trying to do is really pick apart the key words. So one of the first steps I do when I look at a verse like this is to kind of highlight, write down, circle, box the key words. So the is really not a key word, or to is not a key word, but like the words like set, mind, flesh, death, and spirit, and life and peace. I mean, these are all key words. And so I want to know, as a reader, hopefully you do too, what do those words mean? First and foremost, what do those words mean? And second, how do they connect, or how are they defined in other parts of the Bible? One of the lessons that I've learned early on in studying the Bible from Bible college is not to isolate scriptures. These aren't just isolated verses that we pick out and we put on coffee cups and on posters. They were parts of a whole letter written to a people, a church, a body, with people in mind. And it was written in one sitting or a few sittings, and it was right now as a letter. And so it would be unfair for me to maybe read an email you sent to a close friend and to pick out one line, one word, and go off on a tangent on something you never intended. So one of the most important things to do is knowing the context and looking at different verses in the Bible that kind of hit on that. And so what brought to mind, because I've read the Bible enough, I know some of the other verses, which is one of the reasons why I'm trying to get in the Bible every day, and you should too. It brought up a few different verses for me. I won't read them to you, but Romans 12:2, Ephesians 4:22-24, and Colossians 3:1-4. Those are verses that I just kind of knew in the back of my head that talk about setting your mind on something. And so for those, especially because they're written by the same person who wrote Romans, those are helping me understand what this person is trying to say. And so it's kind of like extra commentary. It's someone else, it's the same person writing more in depth about this topic. And so it helps me understand what this person is intending to say, not just kind of going off this one line. Now I have 8 lines to go to. And so I just started writing, okay, so death is fear and hopelessness and anxiety. To set the mind means it doesn't happen accidentally. And other people can't do it for me. It's something I control. It's intentional action that I can do. The spirit is what just setting the mind on the spirit look like. It means looking at the gospel, looking at God's promises. It means meditating and worshiping and listening and praying. It means playing back who God is and what God has said to me. That's what setting the mind on the spirit looks like. And the mind are thoughts. They are things that I'm thinking about. It's not just some kind of abstract thing. So I just start taking out words and writing down these things. And it helps me because I'm starting to understand what this person's trying to say. And a verse like this, for to set the mind on the flesh is death, and to set the mind on the spirit is life and peace. It's pretty self-explanatory, but you get more out of it because it starts becoming practical to you. And that's one of the reasons why I want to help you with this, is to get some practical tools for you to understand the Bible. And so just for this video, I just wanted to share quickly what that looks like. It's messy, but I'm writing what these things mean. What does flesh mean? What does the mind mean? And there's a great resource. It's the Blue Letter Bible app. You can get it on your phone and Android. A couple clicks away, you can look at what the Greek or Hebrew, the original word means, and it's just helpful. You don't need it to know Jesus, but it's great to kind of look at a word and you're going, what does this word mean? The word peace, and you look at it and it gives you some real handles to put on to understand. And so this is it. It's pretty, it looks pretty crazy. It's pretty simple. It's just my thought process, a web of thoughts. I hope that you get into the Bible, maybe today, tomorrow, this week, and write down some words, write out the key words, and start to explore. Look up on Bible Gateway or esv.org what other words, what other verses are using those words that you're looking at. So what other verses are using the words mind? What other verses are using the word spirit and life or death? And you start compiling a fuller picture of what the author's trying to say. We don't only want to know the Bible so that we can know the Bible. We want to know the Bible so we can know Jesus and so that he can do things in our hearts and change us. And so this is a step towards it. The end goal isn't just to know more stuff. It's really to be transformed by Jesus and love him more and love people more. So hope this helps. Pick the key words out. Figure out where else they are in the Bible. Start asking questions. Write out implications. That might be pretty simple, but it's helpful for me. And I'll go more in depth in the next video. But love you guys. Be blessed. Read the Bible every day. Let's do it.